lush coffee plantations, and thick vegetation. This homestay is nestled amidst nature. This is not Chikmagalur or Coorg or not even Sakleshpur, but little ahead of Sakleshpur, and a short drive from Bangalore can take you to such a serene place. Before the home tour, let me take you through the legacy of BS Chengappa. He was a renowned forest officer through the thick jungles of Andamans in the very early 19th, and his conservation efforts are known so much so that even today there is Chengappa Bridge, Chengappa Bay, many things named after him in Andaman. And it is of no wonder that he chose to settle this place when he returned to Madikeri, because it's all thick green vegetation. His son, apart from being a conservationist, he also served in military along with his uncle Marshal Cariappa. So this is a place where many celebrities have visited of historical importance, and this is where I'm taking you. Hi, you are watching Masalaboxtravel and I'm Chitra taking you through Hirvate Estate. Hirvate Estate. This house stands tall even today, holding all the legacy within it. This main house has lot of historical important stuff and beautiful architecture in it. As tourists, we don't get access to this main house because Tripti and Samrat Chengappa, the lineage from Chengappa, still owns this property and the house. However, we get to see a glimpse of their life, and we get to stay in this beautiful cottage that is built within the same estate. There are just 4 cottages within this estate, which means the crowd will be less, and you have this whole space to yourself. This cottage is no less than a home. Let us take a room tour. As you can see, the room is pretty spacious and it has been furnished with utmost care and love. It is very similar to what they have done in their own main house. And all the furnishing have a slight colonial touch to it, adding to the charm of this room. You can even do workation here if you had planned workation. I mean, there's a good study table, you have coffee, kettle, all the options in your room. It's very spacious, there is no noise because it's just 4 distantly placed cottages. There is good Wi-Fi and a lot of books to read. I mean, in my opinion, unwinding should be the only option in this homestay, and come with that, pick a book and spend your day. By the time we had settled in, the chai and the biscuits arrived at our portico, and the rain as well. The pitter-patter of the rain continued through the evening, and with the rain came playful dogs for shelter. There was really nothing I wanted to do here apart from watching rain and get a good nap just like these dogs. Within the estate, you come across the another room which serves as the dining room as well as board game rooms as well as a leisure room, I would say. Um, and on nights when it does not rain, we have cozy fireplace set around here for you to catch up with other buddies in the estate if socializing is on your cards, or you can come in just to have some good food here. When I say I had some of my best food here, it's an understatement. I was looking forward to almost all the meals because there was so much variety and it was super delicious. A well fed, pampered holiday, I would call this. So this kind of fireplaces reminds us of the British bungalows, right, where they have cozy fireplace in the living room where everybody gathers around, and the smoke doesn't even enter the room. Such is the way it is constructed. The main house also has a heating system like this, where you put heat or fire in one of the room and the rest of the rooms get heated up. So why is there so much of British colonial feel to this house? That's because Hirvate estate is also known as Crawford's house. And if you want to get reminded of who Crawford is, here is a gentle reminder. Crawford Hall of Mysore named after him. Crawford was an active coffee planter in Madikeri. Of course, he's a British man who chose to settle here, and this house was constructed by him before he passed it on to Chengappas. Hands down, food was the best thing at Hirvate estate. Just look at this one meal. It has Kurgi style steamed rice cakes, then pandi curry to go along with it. There are some kheer, there is also stew, rajma, variety rice, jumbo prawns fried. Every meal had so much variety that it had to always be followed by a walk. The nights meant walking around the estate and catching some fireflies. The next day morning, we chose to take a walk through the coffee plantation, which is right behind the house, and the caretaker of the house took us through the coffee plantation. It was lush Arabica plants, and we got to learn from him a lot on coffee making. It looks like the yield is only once a year. It takes nearly 10 months to tend to these plants, and when the coffee is in the right fruit, as I would like to call it, it is picked, dried, passed through the machine to get the coffee ground, and usually coffee estates such as this would give it to some seller who would then sell it, mixing chicory and putting a brand to it and so forth. Nonetheless, it was altogether new lesson on coffee, and as a coffee lover, I really enjoyed knowing this. So this is the peels of the coffee seeds, and this has to be removed, dried, and sent it to the seller. After the coffee estate walk, we choose to take a longer route to reach the cottage. Predominantly, this is all I did while staying at Hirvate estate. Taking life slow, just enjoying and soaking in all the nature around, eating to my heart's content because food was amazing. I'm reiterating, but food was amazing. Take a book, chill within the surroundings. Peanut is always there to give you company, that's their dog, and there is plenty of space to walk around with no crowds anywhere. The rain continued to bash, which is expected in this thick vegetation, but we chose to go on a little expedition to Watehole Dam. So this dam is about 10 kilometers away from the estate, and the caretaker took us to this dam to have a small walk and enjoy the views along with a couple of other family. So not many tourists to be seen here and not many local people to be seen here either. So that's why the caretaker accompanied us to get a good view of this dam and enjoy without any hassle. Initially, I was apprehensive of visiting the dam, but the size of this dam or the reservoir close to the dam was mind-blowing. It's huge, way huge than I thought. It had pockets of islands that some of the river terns also had chosen here to nest. We actually came from Bhadra watching river terns to this property as a way to rest before moving to Bengaluru, but I was surprised to see so much of birds around this dam and I got super excited to be here. Back at the property, there was Peanut to give me company and a lazy walk through the trees. Every time I walk through here, I find some new flower or a new tree or a new butterfly or a bird singing around. So I did what I wanted to do, finished almost my book here and went on to what I do the best, gorge on good food. This is the best dessert. It's so simple, subtle, amazing. The morning was here and it was time to leave. With a heavy heart, I left Hirvate estate that day, but I'm sure I'll be heading here back again because this is one property where you can just unwind easily. Oh, of course, we did have the good food before we left. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to Masalaboxtravel.